All right, here we go for the third segment of the first show of the show. We're going to touch a little bit on football and baseball. First, we'll go baseball a little bit, Jake. It's actually been an entertaining season already. The Red Sox started out and whatever.
Actually, I've been playing bad since.
And they're up to 500. You've had the Rangers started out 9-0.
Now they're playing bad.
And they're playing horrible.
Pitching has been the case in both.
So you look at everybody. You look at baseball. It's 162 games. I mean, really, it's not something that you say. We're at the end of April. I mean, give me a break. It's the first month of the season. But as far as being an A's fan, Giants fan, to you, I'm not.
You can bet there's a lot of animosity in the house too.
Don't ever think I'm a Giants fan, but they're looking at both. I mean, the Giants are coming back slowly in their
10-18. They started off poorly, 4-8. Bumgarner's been pitching well. Lincecum and Cain both lost to start. Just haven't been hitting the ball well, and they've actually been playing better since. They took 3 or 4, I believe, from the Rockies, and they've been playing well since. Just trying to get it together from what they call World Series hangover.
Yeah, well, see, I disagree. I think you should just come out and just play it. Well, like the A's, it was like, oh, it's going to come. They've been shut out 3 out of the last 4 games. It's really pitiful to watch. The A's have the best pitching in baseball, and that's sad to watch. And you look at somebody like the Yankees, who aren't very pitching rich.
Got bats from 1 to 9.
They can hit forever. So, the old adage is pitching beats hitting. When does it come into effect?
World Series last year.
The top, yeah. Oh, yeah. The top, everybody in baseball right now is hitting over pitching, and
a couple teams that have surprised the Royals.
The Marlins are 13-7, outstanding.
Royals think they did a division.
The Indians are freaking outstanding.
Swept 3 series this year.
So you got to think about that, and right now you look at players. Albert Pujols just got hurt. I don't know what his status is yet, but he didn't look too good. Pulling up blame on a grounder.
Jared Weaver's 5-0.
6-0. He just shut out the A's last night.
It's the first player to have 6 wins by April 25th in history.
Yeah.
That guy's on fire right now.
No, he's done it before. He'll fade.
Kind of like Jimenez did last year.
I have faith. I have faith in him and the Angels fading like they do all the time. But yeah, it's just baseball. Actually, is about as great as what a sport can be at of all the major sports. Football is in a mess with the lockout. Lockout was lifted.
Draft's coming up this week.
Draft's coming up Thursday. The lockout was lifted by a judge, which I agree with the judge. And the owners, of course, the NFL, filed a stay and are hoping that was overturned. But real quick, before we finish up, the big thing, there's 2 big things between the players and the owners. 3, actually, I'm sorry. One is a rookie salary cap.
Yeah, I agree with
I think there should be one, 100%. I agree with the owners on that.
Because guys like, for example, I'll use
Jamarcus Russell.
No, personally, Alex Smith got I believe it was a 6-year, $60 million contract.
He sucked.
Guys that started 1 full season.
He sucked. He was garbage.
That's one example. Jamarcus Russell's not even
Russell.
signed to a team.
Jamarcus Russell. The Raiders are paying out of their butts for that guy. So I'm with the owners as far as, a rookie salary cap, absolutely. Another thing that they're facing is the revenue sharing. The players think that they should get a cut of what the NFL makes with jersey sales and everything else that has to do with the NFL. The players think they should get a cut of that. I disagree. I think you sign a $100 million contract, you should pretty much be happy with that.
They go either way. I can see why they would want part of it. They are the NFL. It's the players. We don't watch football to watch the owners. We watch the players.
However, Walmart, Sam Walton, you don't see the checker going to Sam Walton saying, I should get a little bit of cut of what you make because I worked for you.
That's true.
You pay Peyton Manning $100 million to play 16 games a year, and then he wants more money because his jersey sells? Come on. I disagree with that. So I will go with that. And the other one is the 18-game season, which we both agree is an absolute flat-out joke.
They already have concussion problems now with 16 game season. Why would you? And there's a problem with teams that fold at the end of the year because they already have their division locked up.
Yeah, because you imagine a team being 13-3 and 5 games up.
They're not going to play their starters, and then there's things going to happen like they did 2 years ago where the Jets beat the Bengals to get into the playoffs.
They beat the Colts and end up beating the Bengals and playing the Colts in the playoffs later on.
Go to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and how bad would the Colts have felt if they lost that game? Because they let the Jets in.
Yeah.
I mean, they let the Jets in. They played, no offense. I don't know, the guy's name is Sorgi?
Jim Sorgi.
Is that his name? I don't even know. It's no offense, but, really. It's not Peyton Manning playing, and, you're giving up a game, so. But anyway, that's our touch on that. But really, mainly, it's NBA season.
You can touch on the draft real quick if you want.
What, the NFL draft?
Yeah, it's coming up this week.
I don't think Cam Newton should be drafted, period.
49ers have the 7th pick, that's what I'm worried about. Patrick Peterson.
I don't think he'll slip that far. I think the Niners will end up getting an offensive lineman or actually another quarterback, which you don't think might slip. I think Blaine Gabbert might slip to you. And Dolphins, I think, unfortunately I'm a Dolphins fan, I think they're going to get Mark Ingram. I'm not happy about that. I'm hoping they trade down later on in the first round, get another second round pick, and get Mike Pouncey. And
I'm still waiting for Carson Palmer to come to the Niners.
And well, Carson Palmer, just for my wife, the Bengals are going to draft AJ Green. I think that's pretty much of all mock drafts. Nobody has ever differed on the fact that AJ Green is going to go to the Bengals.
Well, that's because Ocho Cinco is probably going to be back next year.
Yeah, really, nobody's going to miss them. As much as I love both of them, I think they're great players. Nobody's going to miss them.
Organization sucks because Mike Brown's an idiot.
Or his organization's horrible because it's the Bengals.
That's it.
But I like the Dolphins much better. But again, I think before the season even starts, I'll go on a limb and say nobody's going to beat the Packers because they're freaking awesome. So maybe the Patriots can learn how to beat the Jets and lose to the Packers. But anyway, that'll be it for our first segment of the show. It's been more than a pleasure. This is I'm Rob Falcon. This is my son,
Jacob.
And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Email.
What is it?
Rob and Jacob. Is it 71?
71 at Yahoo.
Rob and Jacob 71 at yahoo.com.
Both on Facebook.
Both of us on Facebook.
And I have a Twitter account. You'll find me on there.
So you'll find Jacob too. It's Rob and Jacob 71 at yahoo.com. Send your emails. We'll love to hear from all of you guys.
Questions, we'll answer, comment.
And we'll laugh about it. It'll be all fun. It's our first one. Tell us what we did do right, which is probably nothing because we do everything right. But tell us what we think we're doing wrong, which will be more hilarious.
And I'll be on SportsCenter soon.
And please follow him on Twitter. It'll be hilarious. We'll laugh.
I have 40 followers.
That's it?
I have 40. Hey.
Well, we want 40 more, so we'll see you guys later. Thank you.